Hey, welcome to Fox 17 Unfiltered. I'm Max Goldwasser. Tomorrow is Intersex Awareness Day, and that's a topic one person in particular, Jackie Green, is very passionate about. You might recognize that name. She's a former Mrs. America winner, a current radio personality. She's also intersex herself, and today we spoke about her condition and what other people out there, both intersex and not intersex, should keep in mind. We're in one of the, what's going to be your future studio here.
Yeah, eventually this will actually be the room I broadcast in.
Yeah, so how exciting.
Exactly, we'll have a window.
Now that is underrated.
Seeing
For those
the
of you who
outside
don't,
world
yeah, exactly.
is 100% underrated.
Used to work for Fox 17, now you're a radio host here at 105.3. But you're also now about to celebrate your 1-year anniversary of being crowned Mrs. America. Congratulations.
Well, thank you, I appreciate that.
How has that impacted you in the last year since getting that title?
So I did pageants since I was 12, and I'm 37, to put it into perspective, and I honestly never win, ever. I didn't even win Michigan. One of my closest friends won, had some health scares, and couldn't go to national. And they said, can you go in her place as our first runner-up here at Michigan? And I said, why not? So I went in with this feeling of, let's just have fun, meet some new people, spread awareness about my platform, and see what happens. And then, I ended up winning, and it was just a whirlwind from there. I got to travel to 14 different states around the country while I was Mrs. America. I went to Alaska, someplace I never thought I'd go. So it was a cool experience.
Yeah. What was bad news for someone else turned out to be great news for you in the end. But let's talk about your platform. Something you continue to talk about and have talked about for a while, being intersex. For people out there who don't even know what that is, can you please describe what that condition is like?
Of course. So being intersex means to have sex characteristics that don't necessarily match up to what we know as male or female. And there are 44 different conditions, there might be more actually at this point, that fall under that umbrella term that we call intersex. For me, I have what's called complete androgen insensitivity syndrome. It basically means I'm externally female, but I have XY chromosomes, which we typically see in males. But because I have, for lack of a better word, almost like an allergy to testosterone, my body developed female. But I don't have the internal reproductive system that a typical female would have, which puts me under that umbrella intersex. So when I was young, around 15 years old, it was discovered that I had this condition and that I had what they call gonads now, but back technically they were inactive testes internally in my abdomen that were just floaters.
Just there, hanging out.
Just there, and they were producing my estrogen because my body doesn't respond to testosterone. Now, I ended up having an operation to have them removed, but at the time, I wasn't fully aware of what was being done. It was still kind of new, and while I like to say it affects a lot of people, it's as common as having red hair, it is only 2% of our population. So a lot of doctors, especially here in West Michigan, aren't familiar with people who have a condition like mine. And I'm from a small town. Most of the time, I'm the first patient a lot of doctors have had with a condition like my own. And it was something that I was very ashamed of and very embarrassed of for a very long time.
Now, clearly, your outlook is the polar opposite. You're such a positive person. You want to raise awareness for this. How are you able to change that mindset? Because I'm sure a lot of people out there might be having a tough time doing that same thing that you did.
It's actually funny how I decided to come out about it was more out of internal hatred for myself. I just didn't like myself very much, and I was constantly felt like I was trying to prove my own femininity by doing pageants, by doing things that made me look ultra feminine. And I was actually here working at Fox 17, and I was doing a story at a local church that had been vandalized during Art Prize. They had a cross up, and they had people write on it what makes them unique, and people had defamed that cross, and we came to do a story on it. When I was there, I noticed in very small print on the cross, someone wrote, "I am intersex and I am here." I had never met someone. I didn't even know what that term was. I just knew I had androgen insensitivity syndrome. Just because I thought that sounds like kind of what I have.
And Intersex Awareness Day is October 26th. And the main thing about your platform, your main mission, is to kind of change the conversation about what is typically a taboo topic. How do you do that?
You do it first by talking.
Yeah.
And I think the best thing that I have gained from this platform is talking to different universities. I've talked at conventions, because it's not just how we talk to people with an intersex condition, it's how we talk to people who don't have one.
Yeah.
Because the reality is we're going to school and our kids are going to school and they're learning in health class how our bodies operate, but they're not learning that every body operates a little different. And that's even true for someone without an intersex condition.
And then finally, a message for people who are intersex. What do you want them to keep in mind?
I want them to keep in mind that if you decide it's right for you to talk about this, to know you're not alone, that there are people in the community here and online and nationally in support groups that are there for you, and there are good doctors out there that care about you, and they're right here in West Michigan.
You're not alone. She's proof. Jackie Green, thank you so much.
Thank
we
you.
appreciate it.